Okay, let's dive in. Imagine this. You wake up, you're, fully conscious, maybe your eyes are even open,
Uh-huh.
but you are completely, utterly unable to move. Not a single muscle.
Right.
It's that terrifying, really disorienting feeling. That's sleep paralysis.
It is.
And look, many of us have heard stories about this, maybe even felt it ourselves, this really unsettling feeling, like being awake, but just stuck. It's a
Hmm.
common anecdote almost.
Yeah, it is quite common to hear about. But what's truly fascinating and maybe a bit counterintuitive is that while it feels like some bizarre dream, sleep paralysis itself isn't. Well, it's not normal, not
It's
physiological.
normal, so it's not just a weird sleep thing.
No, it's actually pathological. It's a clear marker, really, a signal from your body that something isn't quite right with your sleep architecture. Something's off.
Okay, so that's our mission for today then. Let's pull back the curtain on sleep paralysis. We want to get into why it happens,
Exactly.
talk about potential long-term consequences, though thankfully it's not acutely dangerous, right?
Correct, not in the immediate sense.
And we need to tackle some of the myths around it, and then most importantly, give you some concrete strategies, habits, maybe supplements,
Mm-hmm.
to help prevent it and really get back to truly restorative sleep.
Mm.
Because you're saying it's mostly down to a mix of bad habits.
Largely, yes. It's often a consequence of specific combinations of things we do or don't do day in and day out.
Right. So let's talk more about the experience itself. It's captivating in a scary way how it blurs the lines.
Mm.
You said it's not just a bad dream.
No, it's not.
It's like an intermediate state.
God.
Conscious, maybe eyes open, but muscles totally offline.
Mhm.
It sounds terrifying, confusing.
Uh.
Sometimes people even have hallucinations.
Yes, that's quite common too. Visual or auditory hallucinations can accompany it, which obviously makes the experience even more frightening.
So you're not fully sleeping, but definitely not fully awake.
Mm.
Can you unpack what's happening physiologically in that sort of in-between zone?
Absolutely. So, physiologically, it's a state occurring between wakefulness and REM sleep. REM, rapid eye movement sleep. That's our main dreaming stage. Now, REM sleep is crucial, but interestingly, as the night goes on, REM cycles can actually get longer, especially towards the morning.
Oh, okay.
Sleep paralysis often happens if you wake up directly from REM or sort of in that fuzzy transition out of it. It's when your brain's natural muscle paralysis mechanism, the thing that keeps you still during dreams, hasn't fully switched off yet.
Muscle paralysis. So the brain does that on purpose during REM.
Yes, and it raises that important question. Why disconnect the muscles? Well, it's a vital protective mechanism. Imagine you dream you're running a marathon.
Right. You don't want to actually start running in bed.
Exactly. Or fighting someone or whatever intense action. Your body needs to be temporarily paralyzed. It's called REM, atonia, to prevent you from physically acting out those dreams and potentially hurting yourself or someone else.
Okay, that makes perfect sense as a safety feature. So sleep paralysis is when that safety feature malfunctions.
Mm-hmm.
How does that failure work neurologically?
That's the key. It's vital to understand this is fundamentally a neurological problem. It's like a temporary glitch in the brain's complex system for disconnecting and then reconnecting with your muscles properly.
Or glitch.
Yeah, it's not a psychological disorder, not an issue with your psyche. It's a failure in a basic brain process, in that smooth transition between states.
Okay, so bringing this all together, you hear people describe these experiences in really intense ways. Supernatural, spiritual feelings, even this idea of astral travel.
Yes, those interpretations are very common, especially given how vivid and strange the experience
It
feels.
must feel incredibly real, especially with hallucinations.
Absolutely. And that's where we need to be really clear. Those vivid experiences, including the sensation some describe as astral travel, feeling detached, seeing your body from outside,
Yeah.
that's still part of this physiological process we're discussing. It might involve hallucinations or altered body perception, but it's rooted in the brain state during that paralysis episode.
So not actually leaving your body?
Correct. It's not something supernatural or paranormal in a scientific sense. These experiences, however real they feel, are not normal for healthy sleep. They indicate erratic sleep patterns. They signal that a crucial neurological boundary, the one separating rest from wakefulness, is kind of failing or glitching.
Wow. So for anyone who thought they had a ghostly visitor,
Yeah.
it's more like a brain hiccup.
That's a good way to put it. Still very frightening, absolutely. But thankfully, it's something understandable and, importantly, addressable. Experiencing it means your brain is struggling to cleanly separate sleeping from waking. And that struggle prevents proper brain detoxification during sleep.
Okay, that makes the connection clear. which leads us straight into the root causes. You mentioned it's a consequence of bad habits stacking up. What specific habits are we talking about here? How do they contribute?
Right. It's usually not just one thing, but specific combinations that erode your sleep quality over time. First big one, stress.
Chronic stress.
Yes. Persistent stress. We're talking psychocognitive stress, deep emotional conflicts. When you're chronically stressed, your cortisol levels, the main stress hormones, stay elevated.
Right.
And that high cortisol can really destabilize melatonin, our sleep hormone.
Hmm.
So picture this. You're stressed, cortisol is high, melatonin is shaky, then even a tiny bit of morning light hits your eyes, potentially causing another cortisol spike.
Then triggering paralysis.
It can absolutely contribute to waking up in that vulnerable REM transition state, yeah. Then there's intoxication. Alcohol is a major culprit here, but other toxins too.
How does alcohol affect it?
Alcohol might make you feel sleepy initially, but it severely disrupts sleep architecture later in the night, especially REM sleep. It fragments sleep.
Okay. And you mentioned diet.
Yes, a poor diet.
Mhm.
Specifically, eating heavy meals, lots of refined foods, big portions, and eating them late at night.
Why is that so bad?
Because your digestive system has to work overtime when it should be resting. This prevents you from entering deep restorative sleep phases properly. Your body's energy is diverted. All these factors prevent truly restorative sleep.
You keep using that phrase, restorative sleep. Let's unpack that a bit more. What's the difference between just logging hours of sleep and getting truly restorative sleep? What's happening under the hood?
That's a crucial distinction. Sleep isn't just passive rest. It's an active, highly organized process. It's your body's prime time for repair.
Repairing what, specifically?
Almost everything. Immune function gets a major tune-up, your digestive system repairs its lining, your liver detoxifies. But uniquely, profoundly, sleep is the only time your brain performs a critical detoxification.
Brain detoxification.
Yes, flushing out metabolic waste products that build up while you're awake. Think of it like a nightly cleaning cycle for your brain. Plus, it's essential for consolidating memories, learning, integrating new knowledge.
So if that's disrupted,
Exactly. If sleep isn't restorative, all these critical repair and cleaning processes are compromised significantly.
and that creates a vicious cycle, right? It sounds like it compounds. Can you explain how that works physiologically?
Yeah.
Making someone even more prone to paralysis?
Precisely. It's a classic negative feedback loop. Less restorative sleep means less energy, obviously, but also less physical repair and, crucially, less brain detoxification.
So toxins build up.
Metabolic waste can accumulate. This, combined with the ongoing stress or other factors, increases your neurological vulnerability. Your brain is less resilient, making you more likely to experience glitches like sleep paralysis. Then the fear or anxiety about paralysis can itself disrupt sleep further.
Making it even harder to break the cycle.
Exactly. It compounds the problem.
Okay, this is incredibly helpful for understanding the why. Now let's shift to solutions, actionable steps. If someone listening has experienced this, it sounds like a serious wake-up call to prioritize sleep habits.
It absolutely is a clear signal.
So what are some concrete corrections people can start making to their daily routines?
Okay, first, and this is often huge, dietary timing. Really try to finish your last meal of the day by 7 p.m., maybe 8 p.m. at the latest, especially if your target bedtime is around 10 or 11 p.m. Give your digestion time.
Got it. 7 p.m. cutoff. What else?
Next up, screens. Avoid them before bed. Seriously. The blue light is one issue, but also the mental stimulation. Scrolling, emails, news. It keeps your brain wired and confused, leading to more superficial, non-restorative sleep. That increases the risk.
Makes sense. Kill the screens. Then the sleep environment itself.
Yes, optimizing your sleep environment is critical. Keep the room cool. The ideal range is generally between 18 and 22 degrees Celsius.
Which is about 64 to 72 Fahrenheit.
Roughly, yes. A cool room supports the natural drop in body temperature needed for sleep. Also, ventilation. Sleep with a window open if possible, even just a crack.
Why ventilation?
Oxygen exchange. Your brain uses a lot of oxygen, especially during sleep, for those cleaning processes. Good airflow and oxygenation are fundamental for healthy brain function and directly help prevent these kinds of sleep disturbances.
Okay, cool room, open window. What about the bed itself?
Bed quality matters. Aim for a healthy mattress. Semi-rigid is often good, maybe foam. And natural fibers for bedding and pajamas, like cotton. They breathe better.
Any specific tech? Cooling blankets.
Cooling blankets can definitely be an option if you tend to overheat, yeah. And don't forget the pillow. A good viscoelastic foam pillow can make a big difference for head and neck comfort, preventing physical stress that might disturb sleep.
Right. One last habit thing.
Sleeping position. If you can, Try sleeping on your left side.
Left side. Why left?
It's generally considered better for digestion due to the stomach's position and potentially for lymphatic drainage and circulation compared to sleeping on your right side or back. Every little bit helps.
Okay, those are really solid foundational habits. Diet timing, no screens, cool, dark, ventilated room, comfy bed, left side. Now, what about supplements? You mentioned them earlier. Can they add another layer of support?
Yes, absolutely. Think of them as reinforcements, not replacements for the core habits. But they can be very effective. There are 5 I often recommend in this context.
Okay, let's hear them.
First, melatonin. The sleep hormone itself. You can take it exogenously, maybe around 10 milligrams. Because it's a hormone your body already makes, it doesn't cause habituation or dependency like some sleep meds might.
Right, supports the natural cycle. Number 2.
Ashwagandha. This adaptogenic herb is particularly fantastic for stress management.
Ah, back to the cortisol link.
Exactly. Ashwagandha helps modulate that cortisol peak. So if you suffer from chronic stress, taking it at night, perhaps even alongside melatonin, can prevent that morning cortisol spike from messing with your melatonin stability and potentially triggering paralysis.
Okay, ashwagandha for stress. What's third?
Magnesium. This mineral is absolutely essential for healthy neuromuscular function, including that connection and disconnection process we talked about.
Which type of magnesium? There are so many.
Good question. For sleep support at night, magnesium bisglycinate is excellent. It's chelated, meaning it's highly bioavailable and usually very gentle on the stomach. It promotes muscle relaxation and nervous system calm.
And you mentioned another type.
Yes, for overall brain health, especially during the day, magnesium L-threonate is unique. It's shown to cross the blood-brain barrier effectively, supporting cognitive function and potentially long-term brain health. So bisglycinate at night, L-threonate in the morning could be a good combo for some.
Interesting. Okay, number 4.
Number 4 is 5-HTP, which stands for 5-hydroxytryptophan.
What does that do?
It's a precursor to serotonin, which is then converted to melatonin. But 5-HTP also plays a role in the gut-brain axis. It helps support the neurons in your enteric nervous system, your gut's brain, essentially.
Making your gut happier for better sleep.
Sort of, yeah. A calmer gut contributes to a calmer overall state, promoting more restorative rest. This can be particularly helpful if digestive issues or eating late are part of the problem. Best results when combined with dietary improvements, of course.
Makes sense. And the final one, number 5.
Astaxanthin. This is a really potent marine carotenoid. Think powerful antioxidant.
Like from algae or salmon?
Exactly. It's a strong antioxidant, but it also acts as a neuromodulator and a neurodetoxifier.
Okay, break that down. Neuromodulator, neurodetoxifier.
As a neuromodulator, it helps balance neural activity, potentially leading to more stable sleep patterns. As a neurodetoxifier, it supports that crucial nightly brain cleanup process we discussed, helping drain away those metabolic toxins.
Wow, that sounds powerful.
It is. Combined with the other recommendations, the habits and potentially the other supplements of astaxanthin can significantly boost restorative sleep quality and really help reduce or even eliminate episodes of sleep paralysis.
That's quite a toolkit. Melatonin, ashwagandha, magnesium bisglycinate L-threonate, 5-HTP, and astaxanthin.
Yes, but remember, it's not just about taking them. Proper distribution when you take them and getting the dosage right for you are really key for them to work optimally with your body's nocturnal metabolism. Consulting with someone knowledgeable is always a good idea.
Absolutely. So let's try to put this all into perspective now. We've really unpacked what sleep paralysis is.
Yeah.
It's not supernatural. It's this physiological glitch, this failure in transition.
Right, a neurological signal.
And it's largely driven by an accumulation of habits that undermine restorative sleep stress, diet, toxins, screen time.
Correct.
But the good news is it's largely preventable through being really intentional about those daily habits, the sleep hygiene, the diet timing, and potentially using targeted supplements for extra support.
That's the core message. Understanding the why, the physiological basis, is empowering. It moves it from something scary and mysterious to something you can actually take control of. It's really a compelling call to action, isn't it? A prompt to truly prioritize your rest.
It really is. Which leads to a final thought to leave people with. Consider this. If, as you suggest, erratic sleep like this is a marker of being unwell, of systems not functioning optimally, what vast opportunities for better health, for clearer thinking, for more effective learning, for just having more vital energy every day. What are we missing out on by underestimating the profound power of truly coherent, deeply restorative sleep?